Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of Access Tampere Next Generation Culture Festival. Yesterday we had the opening ceremony here. We had amazing workshops full of audiences. They were discovering about the future. They made trying to find out what is the life without seeing. And today we will continue here in Music Hall the whole day, wonderful performances from around the world, and we will discover what is diversity and inclusion in art and culture. So today I have a special surprise for you, because I want to introduce you our today's host, Eero Enqvist. Eero. Eero has been hosting almost all the ACCAC festivals since 2013.
Yes, wearing always the same t-shirt.
Yes, and that's his mark. But today we will continue here in Music Hall, and I will let you do the job today. So enjoy our guests, enjoy our audience, and make a good day. And you can always ask me to come here when I'm there, okay?
If I need help, I will ask you.
I know you don't.
Promise. Oh, let's see. We never know.
Yeah, but let's enjoy today.
Welcome all. Yes. So, as Kirsi told you, I've been hosting almost all ACC events. And also now here in Tampere, this Laiku Music Hall. And I'm here because I'm an example how not to be a perfect one. Because we are all just humans. Today we will have here a huge number of nationalities and cultures, and we want warmly welcome all of you on stream and also here in Laiku Music Hall. We want to make this festival very warm and safe for everyone. So that's why we have created a safe space principles. And these are for all of us, of course. We also have a social support person available for our participants and for our staff. And all these principles are available in all venues, all over Tampere, in Finnish, in English, and Braille. And the shorter version is also announced in the beginning of all venues. And now, here are the principles. Access Tampere Festival has zero tolerance for all forms of harassment, bullying, discrimination, and racism. If someone asks you to stop harassing behavior, it must stop. And we can have a little rehearse now. I'm a bad guy. I come from here, and I'm not a good one. I behave badly. What do you say? Stop! Yes. And the respect for others is the cornerstone of everything. We want everyone to be able to participate in this event as themselves and feel safe. And so do I do, as I told you. It's just me, Eero, here. No less, no more. And if you see or experience any inappropriate behavior, you have the right to intervene. You can also direct or contact the Access Tampere Festival Safer Event Principles person via WhatsApp, and now I give you the number. Remember it. It's 0415739148. You got it? Okay? Thank you. Today we have a cultural promotion day, and we will have some music from Kazakhstan and Korea, and we have a showcase of the Tampere Intercultural Art Collective. The stage will be also taken over by San Marino Eurovision star Angel Dell. The common topic of this day, of all these days here in Tampere, is cultural diversity and equality in the arts. The University of Tampere's accessibility unit TACCU will later present training opportunities on the subject. And silence radio from ACC Belgium will be challenging for cities to participate in the I is the Other 2026 project, showcasing people from Europe. And now, very important news. We want all of you to take a part of the survey. Tampere city wants to develop as a city of events, and it's super important to ACC Finland to Access Tampere, the organizer, to get feedback and ideas on how to develop the concept. And that's why you will find some QR codes all around the Laiku. And we really hope that you fill out the short questionnaire. Yeah, and also you find this link from our social media website, and if you are receiving the newsletter, it is also there too. And as I told you, we will have a very, very nice event here, and also tomorrow, this evening. We have plenty of programs, and we really hope that you will participate all of those. Well, our first artist comes original from Kazakhstan. Aysan Sultan, she's a singer, songwriter, and educator. An artist fighting against inequality and discrimination. Aysan will open now the program here at Laiku Music Hall with a motivational speech and singing. Warmly welcome Aysan Sultan.
Hello? Do you hear me? Oh yeah, so is it working? Okay, good. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ayjan. I'm a singer, songwriter, educator, as it was said before. I'm originally from Kazakhstan, but for the last 5 years, I have lived in Europe. I have lived in different countries such as Lithuania, Italy, US, Ukraine, and Finland. Music was only the reason which brought me to all these countries. And through my music, I express and speak about themes which affect and interest me. some of my songs dedicated to my country and my people. I speak about colonization of Central Asia by Soviet government, how it affected Kazakhstan and Kazakh people by now. Unfortunately, we still have very difficult political situation in Kazakhstan. Um, in January 2022, we had very big protest in Kazakhstan, which also known as Bloody January, where 238 people were killed and 9,900 were arrested, according to an official statement. Political situation brings a lot of consequences in different fields, especially for minorities. We face homophobia, we face sexism, and ableism. Ableism is what I want to talk today. I remember my childhood. We lived in very small city in north part of Kazakhstan, Kostanay, and when I was 3 years old, we moved to the capital, Astana, and my sister, I spent a lot of time with her. She was taking care of me. She taught me how to dance, how to read, how to paint. And my family never gave me a reason to feel abnormal, like different or lower. And until I went to kindergarten at the age of 6, I didn't realize that I was different in some way from other. And I remember my first day in daycare. Kids started to ask me question about my height, and they started to like giggle and point the fingers. And then I realized I am different. My family tried to protect me from school bullying, and it worked quite well. I had a lot of friends, and I was always performing and representing my school in different competitions. However, I would never imagine that the most cruel bullying would come from adults. I was 16 when I decided to study music in educational level. I went to my first examination in music academy in Astana. And I remember the head of the department where I want to study in said, how I can let you go to the stage? Your appearance is different. You do not fit. And they didn't criticize my music skills or my knowledge. They criticized my body and let's say my appearance. Eventually, I entered this education, and I faced inequality and discrimination for 4 years of my study. I had different thoughts and questions. I blame myself that I am different. And when you hear during 4 years that you are not good enough, or you are out of the standards, let's say, or you are an outsider, you start to believe in it. You may ask why I didn't make a complaint, or why I didn't bring it publicly. As I said in the beginning, we have very difficult political situation in Kazakhstan, which affect different fields, and the authoritarian regime, which left from Soviet Union, still exists in Kazakhstan. And the methods of threat in universities and schools can be very tough. Sadly, the story didn't end with my departure from Kazakhstan. I competed in the X Factor of Ukraine. The producer of X Factor of Ukraine went backwards. They used my physical features as emphasis and benefited from it during whole show. And all mass media called me Thumbelina. Nobody called me by my real name. And again, my music and talent was the last link of their interest in me. The main emphasis was my height and how small I am. In my opinion, modern TV shows that that use and benefit from people with physical or mental features reminds me of freak shows in 18th century, like in Europe, or 1840, 1940 in US, or even the carnivals in the Middle Ages. And the staging of persons with physical disabilities, mental or behavioral features modeled for entertainment or profit. Thus, freak shows may, in their own way, look like the occult matrix or reality show, or rather the prophetic perspective of its carnival appeal. Its modern commercial exploitation of disability. Another follow-up question is, can one succeed in TV with outlining physical or mental features? And is it related with the inner nature of TV in the world of consumerism? I sadly don't have any answer for it. Considering my experience living in Europe, the situation here is different. People with disabilities are more protected by government. According to my experience in Finland, people have access to different benefits, which make life easier and equal with others. There are several unions and organizations which unite and support disabled people. The work of these organizations is very important and has to be saluted. Each year, they organize different events, festivals, and panels where professionals and activists can discuss the issue and try to find a solution. However, we still have problems. From my point of view, and according to my experience, organizations that deal with issues of people with disabilities in cultural field are founded much less by state compared to other general cultural organizations. Artists with physical features have less opportunities to perform on different stages. And there is really invisible line that separates them from others. And ableism is still important issue in Europe, and we shall fight against it. If you ask me how we can help and how we can solve this problem, as a person with physical features, I want finally to have this equality that everyone's talking about, from Asia to Europe, from TV shows to some conferences, from place to place, the same equal opportunities in all fields. I wish we could stop using our features and benefiting from it. Our wishes are actually very simple. We just want normal life as all people. And as artists, we should speak more about these issues through our art. As activists, we should be united and organize more peaceful protests, use social media as a platform of action, and appropriate the subject by our own vocabulary and affects. I would like to finish my speech with experts from documentary, my very favorite documentary by Pacom Tumeklume. Love for the beautiful is a deep impulse that goes back to origin of civilization. The disgust we feel when we see the abnormal and unusual is the result of conditioning of our ancestors. Most of us have healthy minds and normal emotions. Our fate is difficult. We must live a natural life. Every one of us develop a code of conduct to protect ourselves. The rules for this are very strictly enforced. Everyone bears the bound. Everyone brings the joy. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I would like to share with you my own written song about my country and my people. In this song, it will be in Kazakh language. And we created this song with very talented musician from Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. This song tells about our history, being the nomads living our nomadic life, how we fight for our rights, how we welcomed our brothers and sisters from different countries, how I am as a person fight every day for better life in this world. Thank you. Оян қазақ, ойлан қазақ, бол қазақ. Шын бақытқа жеткізетін жолда ұзақ. Алашағын аз ба мына дүниеде, болашағын емес пе еді зор ғажап. Оян қазақ, ойлан қазақ, бол қазақ. Сілкініші бір қанатынды көм бапап. Ауырынды арқалада алға бас. Бауырымен не көріндің жорғалап. Аталардан қалған асыл мұрамыз, қазақ түрінде, қақ тілінде тұрамыз. Еркіндікпен дала кезген, тәлім алған дана сөзден, батыл болған бала кезген елім, елім. Ағысуға қарсы жүзген жауларының жүгінізген, мәңгі қорғап найза жүзбен жерім. Тек қалғанын жүремін, соғып тұрған жүрегім, мақсатқа жетемін, мен оны білемін. Жерімнен қуат аламын, жанымның жағар алауын, әлімді айтамын, көтеріп елімнің жалауын, көтеріп елімнің жалауын, көтеріп елімнің жалауын. Салт-дәстүрді сақтап келген, қыран қосты баптай білген, көршілерім мақтай жүрген елім, елім. Thank you.
What a great opening for this day. Thank you, Aison, for very eye-opening, motivational speech and beautiful and strong singing. What you were talking about, I got to my mind what happened last week to me. You know, I have a deaf friends because I know sign language pretty well. And suddenly I met a deaf friend of mine last week, and we went to a local pub. And my friend was signing that he would like to have a pint of beer. And I was translating to bartender, that's yksi kolmosolut in Finnish. And he started to speak to my friend English in very loud voice. Hello, what would you like to have? And my deaf friend explained him that please don't speak English to me. Don't speak any spoken language to me because I'm deaf. I don't hear. But the bartender didn't understand. He just continued to speak to my friend English in very loud voice. And my friend got angry, of course, because the bartender didn't realize that he's just deaf and he used sign language. It's his. It doesn't matter if you speak to him English, Finnish, Swedish, Korean, or whatever. He is deaf. He don't hear. So for this example, I think that there is still a lot of work to do with these. Also these small things in everyday life, but it makes sense even then. Okay, back to paper. Is my hairdress okay? I'm always a bit worried about it. Okay. Tampere Intercultural Art, TACCU, is a community of professional artists and culture field experts that started forming at 2020. And they say next, our goal is to promote intercultural dialogue and diversity through art practices, including events, workshops, community art, and education. So, the stage is yours. Looking forward to hearing more about TACCU. Welcome.
Hi. Let us have our slides here. Some technical issues. I'm still very shaken by this performance, by the way. Yeah. Hey. Let's see what's happening here. Yes, here we are. So, we are Tampere Intercultural Art. My name is Mia, and this is... And we are here to talk to you about what is it that we do, and so on and so forth. So, let's continue from here. A little bit about TACCU. I'm gonna lay down a short history here. So back in 2019, I wanted to continue with the kind of multicultural projects I had been working as an artist. And I was lucky enough to find some people, some bold people who wanted to start this journey with me. So we all know what happened in the beginning of 2020. Here in Finland, that's when COVID hit. And for a while it was really difficult for arts and culture field. And especially it was difficult to start anything new at that point. But after pushing and pushing this event forward, eventually in 2020 August, we were able to have our first Tampere Intercultural Art event. And from then onwards, we have of course grown and developed our activities. And yeah, and then this is where we are today. Next slide, please. As we were presented, we are a group of artists and culture professionals based in Tampere, and we want to promote intercultural dialogue alongside with helping artists develop their career in Tampere. These two needs are something that has been recognized by us while we have been working. So this is the kind of stuff that we have seen that there is a need here, and also we have realized that we might have something to contribute to here.
And if we briefly talk about us, first of all, I'm from Kazakhstan, like Ayjan, and I'm graphic designer and photographer, and Mia, she is art educator and theater player. If we briefly talk about our artists, we have a rather small group, but this small group is very diverse. As you can see, we are very focused on visual arts, but besides this, we also have people who are interested in performance arts. We have people who do art education, and we have people who are excelling in arts management, which is actually very important these days. And if we try to transcribe the name, Tampere Intercultural Art, oh, okay. I'm not sure, guys, if you were able to hear me, but yeah. If we start from Tampere, why actually Tampere? You've probably heard, if not, that Tampere is one of the fastest growing cities in Nordics. And it's a very student-oriented city. According to the latest data, we have 40,000 students. The city is getting more diverse. We have like 20,000 non-Finnish speakers, about 12,000 foreigners, and we expect it to have more and more. And of course, it's just happened that we are all living in Tampere, meaning Tampere Intercultural Art artists. I live for 5 years. I'm sure Mia is living more, and we just love our city. I often hear that Helsinki is too big and other cities are too small, so Tampere is like a perfect size, calm, nice place, and well, I personally believe it has a really great potential for art development.
Yes, and then I'm gonna talk about this other word in our name, which is intercultural. What is intercultural and what is intercultural dialogue? Oftentimes when we are presented, people mistake our name, they start to talk something about International Artist Association or something like this. So why isn't it international? The word that we all know. What is this intercultural? So we start with the word inter, which means in between cultures. And of course, culture is something that is related to nation, the nationality, the region, the ethnicity, but also culture is something that can be related to education, social status, it can be related to a workplace, a religion, so many different things. And when we look at it like this, we realize that we are all in between some cultures. Some of us in more conflicting ways than others, but still. And this is the kind of perspective we want to have. Also, intercultural communication is actually a field of study with many theories explaining how it works and what kind of laws is there. But we have a more hands-on approach on this matter. We want to foster intercultural communication, and our medium for doing this is art.
And here we would like to talk why we believe that accessibility of arts and culture is important. First of all, still in 21st century, we have to explain to people that, you know, art is important. And why it's like this, it's because it's an essential part that contributes to community development. And when we talk about community development, we do not mean only like different nationalities. We also mean different professional cultures, which is very important, especially for Tampere, that's mainly associated with tech and manufacturing field. So, as Mia said, art contributes a lot to intercultural dialogue. That's why it's really a universal language for the community development. Arts and culture is also actually something that attracts knowledge workers, because one problem that happens here often is that international people come to Tampere, they work for several years, but then they move. They move either to bigger cities like Helsinki, or they move even to different countries. Many of them say that we just don't have anything to do. There is like not enough entertainment, not enough growth on professional development. And when we talk about not enough development and this kind of stuff, we forget that arts and culture is essential here. And we really believe that accessibility of arts and culture is something that contributes to retaining those people here, which we actually want. And if I make a smooth transition from the previous slide to the challenges that we have here, I already started to talk about them a little bit. Here are some of the common challenges in Tampere, but I must say that Tampere is definitely not a unique city when we talk about these challenges. I believe in every European country there are many cities like this, and in Finland itself there are many places like this. But we will talk about Tampere because we live here, and we will talk from our own experience what we have faced. The main thing is that we don't have enough visibility for events in Tampere. Interestingly, we have a lot of cool artists, a lot of interesting occasions that happens, but no one knows about them. From my own experience, for example, we have a really good theater festival in Tampere. I was living here 5 years and I've never heard about it until Mia told me that it exists. And it is very, very big event, and we met people from Macau there, so not even a lot of Finns know that we have this festival. Another example will be maybe Tampere Movie Festival, which I got to know about Tampere Movie Festival from a Japanese director in Astana. So, and still I know a lot of Finnish friends from my university that like they have never heard about this. So, yeah, unfortunate. Another big problem that we also face partly in Tampere Intercultural Arts as well is unemployment. There is the website called Arts and Culture Barometer in Finland, and it measures the unemployment of artists in different regions. Tampere is leading, unfortunately, in terms of unemployment in the whole Finland, which is like very strange considering the growth of the city and the development. And another and very important thing is poor visual culture. What is important to note here about poor visual culture, we're not talking about some art being bad or some art being good. Actually, this is the topic that is mostly connected to accessibility and information design. We have a lot of visual noise in Tampere, we have a lot of poor advertisement, and this affects accessibility a lot. It's very difficult to navigate in the city sometimes. It's also related to visibility of the events, because we don't know where they happen, in like what kind of events and these kind of things. And also, well, this is my personal thing now, I believe that it's connected to unemployment issue as well. But that's not it.
Two main challenges in the accessibility for international artists, that these are again things that we have recognized in our journey thus far. The language used, of course, it's one of the pivotal things, especially challenging for the newcomers. There is a lot of talk about what is like essential when you move to another country. Language is often like mentioned to be the most like key thing to get into that culture. And of course, if you want to live in a country, it's essential that you know the language to some extent. But then when it comes to working life, for example, this is a bit more complex, because oftentimes there are people that work in international firms and they don't need Finnish for anything. They work in English. So while these people are working here, of course, they also want to have some culture and art to take part of. And also, while you are learning the language, it takes years. This is a difficult language. So that's why also during that time you would want to have some arts and culture you could take part of, and also as a part of your journey. We learn language by going out there and using it and hearing it and doing stuff with it. Another thing is community support. People feel like as an international artist, they struggle with the sense of belonging. When they come, they feel a bit like, okay, where I belong, where is my peers, who can help me with questions of how can I make a living in this country and stuff like this. And in arts and culture, unfortunately, sometimes it's very difficult to find the information. So this is another why community is key.
Yeah, I would also add to the community here that when new artists, including myself, join in Tampere Intercultural Art, the first thing that we always say that I feel lonely. I feel that like I'm alone doing this art in my apartment in the outskirts of the city or something like this. So community is very, very important. And if we move next, of course we can talk a lot about the problems, because this is what artists do. Like the art that we do is a reflection of the problems that we have in the society. We can also talk about what we can do to tackle these things. We don't really have maybe the proper algorithm to execute and solve everything that we have. It's very complex, but at least we have some directions that probably help us to challenge all these challenges. Sounds nice. The first thing that we have to do is unite. Interestingly, in a very globalized world, when we are very, very connected, I believe that people are actually not united at all. People are more disconnected than ever. Everyone lives in own small bubble. Of course, social media helps to like resolve this, but at the same time, it helps to create this bubble. And artists have a lot of problems in many different fields, but here is an artist having problem here, here is an artist having a problem there, and we cannot unite. Another big issue that kind of prevents us from uniting is probably the snobbish culture of some art institutions. So we believe that first thing that we have to do is just join our forces together as all different artists, since it's the most diverse and like culturally rich field of human life.
We also need to talk, and especially also to communicate outside the art world. We have been applying arts in, for example, education, mental health, well-being, and different enterprises, etc. So art is in its own bubble. It's everywhere, and it's supposed to be everywhere.
And probably the most important thing, maybe from the whole slides, is that no matter what happens, I think artists should never stop producing art, because that's the first thing that you that you are doing unintentionally when things are not good. For example, when you are unemployed or when there are some social issues that tackles you, you just stop. You just stop, and this is very bad. So I really encourage us, all the artists here, because I think many of us are the artists. Just whatever happens, you should continue doing art, like no matter what people will say, no matter if you're unemployed or not. Maybe like I don't know, you have food for 2 days left, but still, it's good to make art even in this situation.
Yes, now we are going to exactly where we are today. How are we planning to make it? Let's go forward. We are quite short with time. We are becoming a cooperative. This is a form of business that is a business owned by the workers. So it's a very democratic way of having a business, very low risk. So this is something that we are doing at the moment. Yes.
This is also something that helps artists from different fields to really work on something together. We decided that we will have 2 lines of activities, workshops and production house. You will talk about the workshop.
Yeah, so I'm a drama educator. This is something that I've been doing for a living for 10 years. And workshops is definitely something that we want to keep in our services. This Views to the City workshop is something that was actually held downstairs from here. Me and Nikki, we hosted a workshop that combined street photography and poster making. It was a huge success.
It is.
You can see how fun it was.
Yes, we had a lot of people, way more than we expected, and again, we were surprised how many internationals we have in Tampere.
This was funded by Operation Pirkanmaa, by the way.
Yep. Another part of our activities that is currently, I would say, in test is a production house. And this is also one of the most innovative, maybe, activities that we would like to have. The idea here is that we really have artists from different fields, not only visual artists, but also, as we mentioned, performance artists, people who are experienced in arts management and related things. How can we put all these people to work together is, for example, to organize an event or to make a visual identity for some company or make visual identity for event or for some occasion. We have made one event like this, which was a Views exhibition. We organized it in the International House Tampere, not so far away from here. And it was also a successful event for us, so hopefully we will continue. Another reason why we would like to do it is that if you look at other cooperatives, usually artists in cooperatives, they work separately. One guy does graphic design, another guy does only art, performance art, and they never meet each other. We are different, at least we try to be. We want to actually combine artists from so different fields that it has never happened before, and we are sure that will work. Just a small example how it can work in practice. It's not maybe very visible, but imagine there is a cat who is a customer, a typical, I don't know, CEO from Tampere. And this cat comes to us, to TACCU, and asks, can you guys make me some posters, logo, and brochures? Or in other words, visual identity. One of our artists says, yes, of course, we can make you a really cool social media presence, which is very important these days. Another artist comes out of nowhere, the Beaver, and he says, okay, we can add a professional photo shoot to this. Another one comes and says, yeah, we can actually also, organize it in a proper way, like professional managers. Another one comes and says, but we can add also animation to this. Then also murals, and it goes to the extent that the parrot says, do you also guys want to have some performance art which will be related to your company? Well, eventually the cat has the most successful and like #1 brand in Tampere. So I'm sure it will happen. Wait a bit, guys. Yeah, our crew.
Yeah, this is the artists that we are today. This is our crew.
Yeah, it's just like a brief. We unfortunately don't have.
There's another slide with the crew
Yeah,
also.
and there is another
Yeah.
slide. We don't have, unfortunately, all the works. First of all, because not all artists are visual artists, so it's just kind of a quick snapshots of what do we have. We love cats, as you can see.
So very different educational backgrounds also, very like many different art fields. A lot of visual artists, designers, but also performing arts professionals and cultural workers, you name it.
Yes, and in the end, we would like to tell you that keep supporting international artists ourselves. Yes, and thank you very much. Here our contacts. If you're interested, we have an Instagram page, and yeah, I'm not sure if we have time for questions.
Yes. So yeah, briefly or in length, do you have something to ask us?
I will take a microphone.
Yeah.
Let's put this
No?
slide for questions.
This is always difficult.
Any questions? But I want to say that we had a talk maybe a year ago or something. We took a Zoom, and then with Nikki we met in a workshop organized by Tampere University. And I think these kind of places where people get together and get a good chance to talk about on some topic are the places where you can like unite and share and to find some ways to go forward together. Yes. So I can see that you have been developing a lot again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, trying our best.
And let's try to find many ways to, go forward hand by hand.
Yeah. Maybe show the slide with our like Instagram and stuff. So follow us.
I think this
And
is better. Okay.
No, but maybe they want to, have a note here that, follow us on Instagram. And if you have something to ask later on, maybe, or to have some ideas with cooperation, of course, like send us an email or in Instagram, we also answer there. Yes. Thank you so much.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you, because I love numbers. So I want to know how many people have you activated, for example, during last year?
What do you mean activated?
I mean, how many people
Were they like sleeping at home?
participate your
Or
workshops, events?
Ooh. I'm not sure actually.
I would say maybe how to answer this. We have an organizational crew. So in TACCU itself, we have, I would say, 9, 10 artists who are rather active.
Yeah.
Like, so they are part of the of the cooperation. By the way, we are still waiting for our utunnus, which is the business idea. So we don't exist in reality.
And then in our community, like people that are within our reach, there's like 35 people, maybe artists, international artists based here in Tampere. And then in the workshop that we had, there was like some
25.
in total.
Yes, yes.
You mean both workshops. And then in the exhibition we had in International House, we don't know how many people visited.
We don't know how many people visited, but for example, during this period, we got like plus 300 followers on Instagram, and we don't do any promotions or something like this. Just like, it kind of naturally, the number of followers increases.
Thank you so much, guys, for your presentation. It was very interesting to see and to hear your speech, and it's very important subject that you touched in this presentation. I just would like to add that the situation actually with international artists, it's not the problem only in Tampere. I think this is problem concerning all the cities in Finland. For example, I'm coming from Helsinki, and we have the same thing. And what I would like to talk about is the unemployment thing that you were talking about. This is really a huge problem for a lot of artists. I have a lot of friends, especially for artists who's international artists who's coming from different parts of the world who are not members of EU. So, for example, for us, people who's coming out of EU, you have to have a visa, and to have a visa, you have to have full contract, and it's really difficult. It's a very, very huge problem which facing a lot of artists, because the Migri has a very strict way to, let's say, accept your visa. And basically what they require, they require full contract with some minimum salary, which is very very, very difficult to find this kind of condition in the art field in Finland. And I think this problem we should like really how to say, decide and solve in the government, government side, because this is something like we maybe should create some a little bit, how to say, softer or different requirements for artists. Because, for example, I know a lot of artists who's coming here in Finland, to Finland, and they at first would like to work as an artist, but eventually they take another job as teachers or working in daycares, just to keep their residence permit here in Finland. So this is like something what probably like it would be very nice to solve in government with migration thing in Finland, because a lot of artists suffering, especially like I'm talking about international artists, are suffering with these kind of issues. So yeah, is that what I wanted to add to you? But thank you so much. It was
yeah, there's a lot of
We definitely
bureaucracy.
agree.
Another organization, our friend organization, I would like to mention here is Globe Art Point. They work from Helsinki, but it's a national organization, an association that exactly do this. They promote international artists in Finland. That's their core mission. Yeah. Something else? Nope. Yeah.
In a way, really Finland as such an exemplary country from a small island.
Yeah.
And I'm, in a way, always challenged with these thoughts of where does the artist end up working full-time, for example. It's almost, I'm a musician myself, but it's, you go through college or not, or you are a natural artist, like so many people in society can be, but where does it land you, or where can you go to, which is full-time, which is very difficult. What job creations are there in society? I can think immediately as a teacher, as a workshop leader, perhaps full-time, if you're lucky, or in arts management, but they are very limited, the job opportunities that give you stability. And also I think as artists, we like to be quite free in where we sing, where we play, who we work with. We need variety as well. So it's almost quite interesting to see that, like Malta is such a small island, so there's a lot of people who love the arts and invest time in their life towards the arts. But we always say, it's such a small island, it's difficult for everyone to have a future in it. But in Finland, where I feel even we were walking around going, there's another theatre, there's another theatre. And we're like, everyone must be in love with the arts in this country. We are really, so it's quite, I'm not going to say sad, because sad is not a word in my dictionary, because I believe in always the promise of better. But I really hope that there's more and more opportunity in a country like Finland because there's so many good things.
Yes, but I think it's also kind of common attitudes. For example, I've been freelancer actor for 30 years, and my older brother, he still asks me, when are you going to find a real job? And I ask him,
Very
what do you
good point.
mean? That you are paid monthly with a good salary, and you can... Yeah. Yeah, yes.
That's
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
But
I would
it's-
just wanted to add, since you mentioned, and add to what Aijan has said, that maybe in addition to like the top-level governmental decisions that we are proposing here, there should be some change in the mindset of just a common folk, for example. We have a lot of small companies in Tampere, and as a graphic designer, I can see that these guys desperately need artists, not only small and big companies. But like, there is a mentality that when I open a company, I need to have an accountant. Definitely need to, how can I? Like, it's like no questions with this. I need to have a marketing manager. Then this marketing manager ends up doing like all the advertisement, that's why it looks like it looks, and all the other stuff. So there should be a change that will also bring this idea to people's heads that, okay, I'm opening a company, I need an artist to, I don't know, like to just make my company look authentic. So, yeah.
Yes.
I have to say your slides are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, they are. There is someone in the audience who says that the slides that we saw, they are so beautiful. Yes, very nice.
It's all him.
Yeah.
No.
So thank you, Tika, really. And we will continue our collaboration and figuring out how we can go forward together.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hey,
Thanks a lot.
Sorry, we have a... I'm so sorry, we have... Who is this special guest? Hello. Oh, you are... Where would you like to be?
Well, I want to be where the art is.
Art is here. Yeah, very deeply.
Yes, I know.
So...
I don't have my microphone, but I have a loud voice.
just another one. Yeah. So you, you are kind of musician or club?
Go around all around the Tampere and I
Where
do things,
do I
things
begin?
like everything. My name.
Tell the story. Oh, this is the
well,
love song.
How you're revealing my program.
No.
Oh my.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay,
don't do
I
that.
will have it. Okay.
Know your place. Know
Yeah.
your place. Be a good boy.
Yeah.
So, are you hosting this situation?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So then
anymore.
go away.
Because you are
then.
here.
You want to
Just,
stay there? You can go elsewhere else if you please.
No, I just love piano.
Okay.
I feel myself safe.
You feel
next to
it's a
piano.
safe place.
Yes.
This is a safe place.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Armas Alontie. Yes.
What? Sorry, but what is armas? It's kind of said in English. What it means.
Armas is the same thing as beloved. It's an old name, and you know, well, if you were Arab, you would say Habib. yeah, but it's beloved. That's me. Yeah. So yes, so lovely, nice to see you, everybody here. Okay. First of all, I will open my voice. Oh, I need this. Are you ready? I'm putting my ukulele into the... Yeah, there we go. There we go. I was afraid it's gonna do some sound. Didn't. Okay. This is my bravura. My number... It's an opera. And it tells a little bit of myself, too. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Whoa, 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 twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so many. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yes, I am actually here to talk about my work because I know the festival is about accessibility, but sometimes it's not accessibility for the artist because I can go everywhere. I am allowed to go everywhere, so I don't have a problem. But sometimes my audience has the problem to have this accessibility. I started my work as Armas, as Beloved. I started in 2017 with a grant of TACCU, which is the Finnish governmental money. They give us artists a lot. Well, not that much, actually. Well, and I started in Jyväskylä, which is a city in center Finland. And I started with the old people. The old people, you know, who are you know, in their housing departments and care units. So they don't have the accessibility to come anywhere. Some of them are dying even. Yeah, serious business. So what it means for me, that actually is the easiest audience for me. You know why it's the easiest? Because they all know the same songs. Well, I don't know the word in English, yhtenäiskulttuuri. Yhtenäiskulttuuri is the period in Finland where everybody knows the same songs and we grow to the same culture. Why are you laughing? You learned a new word, yhtenäiskulttuuri. Yeah, I know, it's a yhtenäiskulttuuri. It's a long word, meaning that everybody can know the same words because the students in Finland, because it was a young country, so we were building our identities with the songs and with sports, which is not my thing. But yeah, so I will now sing this song because every old person in Finland, who has the Finnish language as their mother tongue knows. And I have made it a little bit faster because otherwise it's a little bit boring and slow. Lapsuset ketterät kotiasta koivusta oksat taittaa. Noista napsilla käsillänsä saunahan vihdat laittaa. Lauteilla saunan kotoisen taas sillalla kylpymaittaa. Lauteilla saunan kotoisen taas sillalla kylpymaittaa. Pehmyt on lapsista aina vihto, äiti jos viihtomassa. Lämpöinen löyly on kotisaunan, toisin on vierassa. Säilyis äidin lapset kylmältä maailmassa. Jos vaan säilyis äidin lapset kylmältä maailmassa. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yes, yeah. When you do it like this, it's not gonna make you cry. I always say that before this song, that there is this warning of emotions. You might get emotional with but not this way. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Then, I want to tell you one story. I got a stipendium for 12 months to work in the hospital of Tampere University Hospital. And I was working with the adults. I was the pioneer. I am still the pioneer. Which means that I go places where I'm least expected. Two sections, I don't know what the word, two sections gave me the opportunity to go to the departments were cancer patients and the women's diseases. And you know, one of the women's diseases is pregnancy. I thought it was a joke. Nobody laughed. Because the pregnancy, you know, that's a women's disease, for mostly. Okay, no, but in Finnish language, this doesn't work in English. I have to rewrite this. In Finnish it would be funny, not in. I'm sorry. Okay, in Finnish it would have been funny. You would have laughed, I promise you. Okay. So yes, so I was in the very beginning of my stipendium time, and then there was a front desk in the cancer department, and the front lady, the nurse in the front desk, she said, "Armas, come here." I said, "Okay." This lady here, there was a lady sitting in the front desk. This lady has just lost her husband. Would you like to sing something for her? Yeah, for sure. And then my brain was, what on earth I can sing? So I chose this song, and I sang it in Finnish, but today I'm going to sing it in English. I took the lady into the other place, so we could be not in the front desk, which was not a good place. And so I started to sing this, and then I warned her again that there might be some emotions. So we didn't rehearse this with Olli, but I think it will heal you. I'm good with this. Where do I begin to tell the story of how great a love can be? The sweet love story that is older than the sea. The simple truth about the love then brings to me. Where do I start? With them first hello. They gave new meaning to this empty world of mine. There'd never be another love, another time. They came into my life and made the living fine. They fill my heart. They fill my heart with very special things, with angel songs, with wild imaginings. They fill my soul with endless love, that everywhere I go, I'm never lonely with them around. Could be lonely, I reach for her hand, always there. How long does it last?
Can love be measured by the hours in a day? I have no answers, but this much I can say. I know I'll burn away, and they'll be there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, I was talking about the yhtenäiskulttuuri, the every song and everybody knowing the same song. I had the difficulty or challenge, as you nowadays say, not a problem, but a challenge, that the younger people didn't know my songs. I had 20 pieces here. That wasn't enough. So what I had to do with the younger persons, I started to make improvised songs. I gave them an opportunity to give me themes, ideas. What would you like to hear? About what would you like to hear a song today? And that was quite a thing. That was also sometimes very emotional. For example, those ladies with the belly, with the baby, they very often wanted to have a song for the coming baby. And those were lovely lullabies I made. But there were also much more difficult subjects, like cancer, like buying a wig, like running into the toilet all the time. So all kinds of problems. This was different because I have worked also with children. The children don't want that, but the adults wanted. They wanted to hear a song about their problems. So, you know what? I thought that I could make now a song for you. If you give me 3 things, and I will make a song for you, just here and now. So, who's the first to give me a theme or an idea or a thing they would like to have in this song? Love, lunch and forgiveness. That's a very nice. Lunch and forgiveness. And the third one? Equality. Equality, lunch and forgiveness. It was Sunday, sun was shining, I was heading to see my friends. Sun was shining, I was singing a song which I made of love. I ended up in the table of my friends, which were having lunch. I thought this would be a perfect time to give them a revenge. I don't know if that is English. But anyway, I look into the eyes of my friends. But anyway, and my heart was filled with emotions and gratitude. Dear friends, I have to apologize my behavior last time. Dear friend, I have to apologize my behavior. Please
give me your blessing and forgiveness. Give me your forgiveness, forgiveness. My friends look at me, they were quite astonished. We didn't know that your words hurt us so many. No, I know I said, but that's why I'm begging you, please forgive me. I know, just the sake for equality. And the joy filled the room, filled the room, filled the room. And joy filled the room. My friends, they forgive me all my bad words. My friends hugged me and gave a kiss into my cheek. That's what it today. That is what it today. Okay. Thank you so very many. You were a lovely audience. Absolutely.
Hi, Armas. Such a wonderful performance. I am so inspired by your song.
Yeah, thank you.
The last one, I love it.
Good.
Yeah, I would not do it. I don't know how can I do that improvisation so well.
I practiced.
Yeah, well, we can see that. And now, I mean, on the same subject of we were talking about love, equality, and lunch. What about you send our guests here present and the ones in the stream to maybe get some lunch because
Oh, there was a streaming. I kind of forgot. Hello, everybody in the World Wide Web. Hello. Hey, yes. I was kind of finishing. You want me to
send them to it.
Sing us.
Send us.
Send us.
Yes.
Okay, I will. That's you two. Okay.
Okay.
Where is it, by the way? Yeah, go for the lunch if you know the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
thank you very much,
Thank
everyone
you.
that have participated so far. It was a lovely morning. And the Zoom will start in 1 hour. So please take time to people in the stream to go have your snack and lunch. And the other people, thank you so much and see you.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. What happens at the beginning. And see you then. So thank you so much for participating and have a nice lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone back to this afternoon session of Access Tampere Next Generation Culture Festival by youth. My name is Eero Enqvist and I'm proud to be host this afternoon event, and actually I've been hosting all ACC festivals since 2013. Oh, yeah. And I'm wearing always the same t-shirt. But now, this time, they gave me this nice new cap. I might look a bit younger, isn't it so? Yeah. This is the 10th edition of AC festivals, and it has been developed with very close collaboration with our youth team. We will have a huge number of different nationalities and cultures, and we want to warmly welcome all of you. And because we want to make this festival atmosphere as warm and safe as possible, we have created safe space principles. And these principles are, you can see these in all venues. You will find them in Finnish, in English, in Braille, and this shorter version will be announced at the beginnings of all events. And here it comes. Access Tampere Festival has zero tolerance for all forms of harassment, bullying, discrimination, and racism. If someone asks you to stop harassing behavior, it must stop. Respect for others is the cornerstone of everything. We want everyone to be able to participate in the event as themselves and feel safe. If you see or experience inappropriate behavior, you have the right to intervene. You can also direct or contact the Access Tampere Festival Safe Event Principles person via WhatsApp or by calling 041 573 9148. And now we will start the program of this afternoon. We will meet some very, very special gentleman. He is involved to Access Tampere as an advocate for Korean culture, art, and well-being. Over the past 10 years, he has participated in all AC events all around the world, and also he has organized 2 in Korea very successfully. I can say it because I was there. He lives here in Tampere, and he runs the Kim Se-young Institute Tampere. And this institute is supported by Korean government. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Taevun Kim. Welcome, Tony. You're welcome.
Thank you for wonderful introduction. Thank you, Eero. You are always my best. He is my best, and also he is the best for ACC AC festivals. And then before starting my presentation or my culture, Korean singing, I want to share the promotional video of King Sejong Institute. Yeah, please.
We help the world dream through Korean language and culture. Globalizing the Korean language and culture education. King Sejong Institute Foundation. KSIF is a public institution that supports the King Sejong Institute, KSI, an overseas education institute for Korean language and culture. KSIF was founded in October 2012 in accordance with Clause 2 of Article 19 of the Framework Act on the Korean language to generally manage and oversee the Korean government's task of spreading the Korean language and culture worldwide. Representative national brand of Korean language and culture education, King Sejong Institute. KSI is an organization that teaches the Korean language and culture to foreigners who want to learn Korean as a second or foreign language. KSIF designates and opens new KSI once a year among applicant organizations through document screening and on-site inspection. With standardized curriculum and textbooks, KSI is ushering in a new era of Korean language education overseas. KSIF develops and distributes KSI's standard textbook, Sejong Korean. Every KSI operates a systematic curriculum, which is standardized by the World Common Korean Language Education Standard Model. KSI is like a little Korea in a foreign country. Foreigners can access the real Korea through the KSI. KSIF sends Korean culture experts and develops a cultural curriculum to help foreigners broaden their interest and understanding about Korea. Outstanding students from KSI are invited to Korea every year and experience Korean culture. KSIF supports teachers to acquire a Korean teaching certificate and the specialized education offered by KSI. KSIF sends qualified language teachers to KSI in need of professional teachers. KSIF creates jobs for Korean language teachers with a permit to work abroad and expands Korean education overseas. Nuri Sejong Hakdang helps people learn the Korean language and about culture online, anytime and anywhere. Through Nuri Sejong Hakdang, KSIF provides interesting contents which are related to Korean language and culture education. And through this digital learning center, also provides useful and practical teaching materials for Korean language teachers. For enhancing the effectiveness of KSI's management, KSIF operates an online business management system. Korean educators all around the world unite through KSI. KSIF establishes a global cooperation network of KSIs by inviting KSI heads, operators, and teachers once a year. Also, KSIF holds regional workshop programs to seek cooperation and mutual development among Korean language institutes in the area. For laying the foundation for Korean language and culture education, KSIF cooperates with various institutions and gets support from various companies. Speak in Korean. Sing in Korean. We're communicating with culture. Through King Sejong Institute, the world will come together as friends of Korea. Globalizing the Korean language and culture education. King Sejong Institute Foundation.
I was walking in the main street yesterday, and some very old Finnish lady came to me, and then she said to me that I'm a little bit drunken, but I want to tell you something. Oh yes, please. What do you want to tell me about? And I lost my husband 6 years ago, and then I'm alone. And then today we have really bright day in Tampere. And then I just saw you in blue hat, you know, arrows put on now, the excess Tampere. And then if I don't know, it feels me like some familiar with you, so I'm brave to come to you. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm also very new. I'm here. I have stayed in Tampere only for about 1 month. I'm very new. I'm always need kind of some close friends, some familiar atmosphere. I'm looking forward. So it's very thank you of approaching me. And then we had a conversation for maybe 5 minutes, and then I gave her big hug. And then she responded me, I can feel something from your eyes and from your heart. Actually, I thought of my mother. So my mother is in sickness now, and in Korea, she has lying on the bed all the time, and I took care of her for some years, but dispatched to Tampere for the work. And then I couldn't support her, I couldn't help her now, but I know every morning she called me, are you okay, are you okay? So, but yeah, I always told her, yeah, no problem, I'm okay. I'm taking care of myself and my work. So, and then I told her, don't worry, I have friends here in Tampere, in Finland, Eero, and then Kirsi Mustalahti. It was very impressed to hear, from Kazakhstan and from TACCU and contact project from Paris yesterday. It was really impressive to me. And then, wow, this is the power of the culture and the sharing emotions. And then I couldn't hide my emotions in the morning on the stage. I felt like, oh my God, they are so wonderful. Wow, this is the platform of access of Latin cultures. So I can be brave, and then I'm also ready to be, coming to see other presentations and other artists from other countries. And then today, I will be singing very old Korean song. Angel Del, in the morning he told me he sang a very Finnish song, which all Finns know. And this song is also very well known for Korean people. It means encounter, the meaning, meeting. And then actually I made this song for my old partner, Kirsi Mustalahti. She is my kind of a spiritual teacher, I don't know, but she's my lover. She's my old friend. She's my Finnish mother. She can be my, the senior with her value, to unite all of us in same platform, in same realm of, the holy things. So equity, accessibility, and diversity and radical inclusion. All these kind of expressions, it's very new, but I know that's where I have to go with her together. So I make this song, yeah, and then I will try. I'm not singer. I'm not good at singer. Just what I want to try to sing for her and for our work. Yes, please.
우리 만남은 우연이 아니야. 그것은 우리의 바램이었어. 있기에 너무한 나의 운명이었기에 바랄 수는 없지만 영원은 태우리 돌아보지 마라. 후회하지 마라. 다 바보 같은 눈물 보이지 마라. 사랑해 사랑해 너를 사랑해. 사랑해 means I love you in Finnish. Okay, in Kazakhstan. Yes, I love you all.
Thank you, Kelsey, to make this wonderful stage for all of us. Yes, please. I will be watching you.
돌아보지 마라. 후회하지 마라. 바보 같은 눈물 보이지 마라. 사랑해 사랑해 너를 사랑해. 사랑해 너를 사랑해.
감사합니다. 사랑해. Oh, we have been working together 12 years, but not only working, we have been real partners. Like we feel that we have the same soul, we think the same things, we message at the same time. You know, that we are like sisters, even though I'm a little bit older. So this was really beautiful. Thank you, Tony. You just always surprise. Always. Thank you. 감사합니다.
I hope everyone here step forward together to make our value come true in our practical life in any other ways. And then we want keep that we have together, we are together anytime, anywhere. Thank you for today. Yeah.
Kiitos. Thank you. You can, Eero, continue.
I don't know what to say. Thank you. I can't. Thank you, Tony. Also in these pictures, I found many memories from Korea and some other festivals. And because there were many languages, I love you, I want to teach all of you how to say in sign language, I love you. So you sign like this. Yes, thank you. Okay, back to work. Before next speaker, I want to remind you of a very important thing. We encourage you all to participate in our survey, because you know, Access Tampere, ACC Tampere, Tampere City, they want to develop these events. And that's why it's very super important for us to get feedback and maybe your ideas for the future. And you will find these QR codes in all over here in Laiku. But also you will find the link survey from our social media website, or even if you are reserving newsletters, you will find it also there. So please do it. Okay, next we will meet Tampere in, sorry, no, wrong page. Oh. We will meet TACCU, Tampere Accessibility Unit. And TACCU is, and this next word is very, very difficult for Finnish actor. I don't know how to. Tampere Accessibility Unit is a multidisciplinary unit of Tampere University that carries our research and education related to accessibility and actively cooperates with stakeholders. And now I ask here from Tampere, from TACCU, please welcome Markku Turunen.
Is it? Yeah, I think this works. Yes, it was very hard to think what to say about after this wonderful presentation. I'm not going to sing, that would not be perfect, but I try to present a little bit information about our accessibility unit called TACCU. Actually, you got a short overview already. First of all, my name is Markku Turunen. I'm a professor of interactive technology from the local university, and I'm going to tell you about our accessibility unit and especially about the educational offerings we do have in this field. This is quite recent thing. We actually established this unit with some of my colleagues from language studies. I'm a computer scientist in my heart. And something like 3 years ago, I have been doing myself accessibility research for decades. The very first project that I was carrying out as a young researcher in 90s, I'm so old, was about developing user interfaces for visually impaired people. And since then, I've been working over the decades with a lot of different technologies. So my contribution is that we develop technologies which hopefully have some effect for people's lives, so we can have those all principles that, for example, this festival has. And my colleagues are more on content side, so we think both the technology and content, if you think, for example, media services and cultural services. That's like one example. So we established this unit because at least in educational institutions we don't have a tradition for offering accessibility related education. It has been spread over here and there, and in research projects we have been developing accessibility related things here and there, but then 3 years ago we just sit down and thought that now it's time to establish this kind of unit which will promote education and research in a coordinated way. And since then we have been very lucky to develop a lot of educational offerings. I'm going to tell about those soon. But also we have been able to like a network with all different like other stakeholders, like here today in this festival, and actually we are launching now a new collaboration with ACC. I'll talk about that later on in the end. But let's have a first look of what is TACCU, Tampere Accessibility Unit. So, like I said, we founded this initiative with Camilla and Maya, who are from language studies in 2020. And since then, we currently have 17 members, mostly staff members, but we have also student representatives, and we expect that this will go further. For a research like unit, this is still not a big one. I think it's middle-sized because in academia most of the units are relatively small. I'm actually also part of something called Tampere Human Technology Interaction Research Unit, which is one of the largest, and it's 50 members, 50 members. So, and it's a big. So, give you a scale of what academic units typically are. We don't want to be super large, but instead we want to network with all other stakeholders and offer education and collaborate in research and development activities. One thing about accessibility is that it's definitely multidisciplinary. You had to work with different people. I mean, I'm a computer scientist and I have no clue of many legal content related, etc. Like things that are more on social science, humanistic sciences, medical sciences, technological sciences as well. We need technology. I really believe. And it's a little bit hard actually. We all talk about multidisciplinarity. It's kind of like a diversity we have, but in truth, all educational and research-related aspects, they usually are very focused and non-multidisciplinary. But the true pleasure for us has been that we have been able to also take all different fields into account and try to create something that covers the whole academic and educational scheme. And maybe I'll just jump into what is our biggest achievement so far. We started basically from scratch. Like I said, when we thought that we need to have more like a focused and coordinated way to offer accessibility education, there was not even a single course on accessibility available, not even a single one. Instead, like I said, there was bits and pieces in some courses. We mentioned accessibility here, there, and when we started this to create this kind of like offering, which is called as Accessibility in Digital Society, those days, we first started to gather ideas from stakeholders. We contacted a lot of, for example, different associations, representatives of different end users, and collected needs, what would be needed. And then, of course, we added our own ideas, and that led to the development of what we have today. And this study model, which we are offering, like I said, it's quite rather comprehensive at the moment, and it's definitely a multidisciplinary view on various aspects of accessibility in our society. We take the social aspect. Actually, it's a part of like what I like to think. I run a master's program on sustainable digital life also, which is born in the same days as this accessibility educational offering, and they are partly overlapping. But what I think is that we need a sustainable education, and our focus in on societal sustainability. And I think accessibility is the key component of societal sustainability, and in that way, sustainability as well. Most of the time, people, when they talk about sustainability, they think of ecological sustainability. But I think societal sustainability is as important, and it has been like not taken so like focused into account as you know, other means of societal sustainability in general. So this is our viewpoint, that we want to approach and educate, offer education from societal accessibility, how accessibility is taken account into societal level. And of course, we are academic institutions, we have a lot of theoretical things, but also, as I going to see soon, we have also very practical things, because people want to make, for example, web services accessible. So we offer a lot of content how to make web pages accessible. This is the most simplest example, but I really like to emphasize that this is not the whole thing, because most of the people still think that bringing accessibility into our society means that we just make accessible web pages. But we all know that here, hopefully, that it's much more. It's much more than that. But that's kind of like the first impression when I talk about accessibility education. People think, okay, you talk about web accessibility. Yes, that's important, but not all. So I'm really happy to say that we have now 41 credits worth of education, and to our knowledge and our recent studies, this is now the largest offering in the whole world about English accessibility education at master's level. We are really proud of that. It has the entire group of almost 20 people have been working for 3 years to make it happen, and now it's available. It's online, because we believe that the online content is also accessible. Basically, it would be ready to open this whole, not only to our university, but other institutions in Finland, educational institutions, and in principle for the world as well. But at the moment, we are a little bit hesitating to do so, because we don't have resources to support the whole world. That's the thing, and we are actually negotiating how we can, in bits and pieces, try to open this educational. And we don't expect any prior study requirements or anything like that, because so far it has been very successful inside our university, and we have seen people all over the different fields taking place and completing our courses. What is the target user group? It's basically anyone who is interested in accessibility issues on personal or a professional level, and the courses we have made those that they can be taken both students and professionals, anybody. You don't need to be a university student or a university teacher. These are really targeted for everybody. That's of course a little bit challenging sometimes, because, for example, our offering is in English, because we teach English master's programs, and we have a lot of demand for Finnish content, for example. But at the moment, we have been turning one course into Finnish course, but we think that we need more help from others if we are going to translate those different languages, because that would be a huge effort. Accessibility also affects the languages, I know that, and we are very well, it would be wonderful to turn these into a lot of languages, but maybe we can try out, for example, the new AI technologies in the future. So what concrete courses we have? I just check the amount of time. So first of all, we have one course which is called as a Fundamentals of Accessibility, and we hope that by completing this basic course, anybody, like I said, there's no need for any prior background knowledge or anything like that. Anybody can basically, hopefully, by completing this 5-credit course, after that, they should have the basic understanding of what is accessibility, what it covers. There are legal, technical, content-related, all of these issues presented in a nutshell. Of course, we cannot go in a single course for details, but you should get an overview after a lot of links to other resources. This is a full 5-credit course, but we also have made 1-credit course, which is accessible for everybody. You can actually, if you have a Google account, you can take this course and complete it. And we have also Finnish version from this course, but they are 1 credit courses, not 5 credit courses. So they are very like top of the iceberg, so to speak. Then we have something called Methods and Technologies for Accessibility and their Evaluation. This is actually a collection of short courses. I will introduce soon what we have. And then we have something called Independent Project Work. And here I really ask our collaborators, all stakeholders to be in contact with us, since in this course, students usually take some topic. For example, some company or association wants to study some aspect of accessibility. Then students can work with them to complete the task. So we have really nice cases, and we really welcome more from stakeholders. Topics which students can take and work. You can work with them. And we also are offering some of the courses for continuous learning purposes. But let's have a look, quick view of what we have. These are the topics that we are giving in the Fundamentals of Accessibility course. They go from introduction up to the legislation, different users, accessible culture and communication. I think this is quite relevant here. We try to teach how making content accessible, then about what kind of technologies there can be offered, assistive technologies, adaptive strategies, how accessibility and user experience meet, and then web accessibility. And then the rest of the courses, we have more than 30 courses, and you can see how you can have so many courses. The trick is that these are just 1 credit each. They are very compact. So first we thought that we should combine this kind of bigger courses like most universities have, but instead we decided let's make those really focused, really compact, and then people can take whatever they like to take, and they don't need to do anything that they don't feel necessary. And the idea is, for example, that our own students, they just combine these, and then they have a portfolio of knowledge which they think they need in the future career and in their practical work. As you can see, we have a lot of things like social haptic communication, easy language, games, gamification. We all know that accessibility is not for serious matter. It affects everything in our life. And rehabilitation related things, entertainment and accessibility, that's one I really like. We have, of course, this technical matter, web accessibility. Actually, we have 2 courses on web accessibility because that's, like I said, it's quite important. Accessibility and AI. I personally believe that AI will help a lot in this mission we have to make our world more accessible, but it doesn't alone solve any problems. We can't trust for that. Sometimes people came to me and said that, okay, now this AI makes accessibility like a, obsolete thing. It solves all the problems. It's not so. We all know that. But I really believe that it helps, and if we just use it wisely. Then we have accessible documents, accessible media, accessible social media, and how to face a disabled person. This actually came from the need of our stakeholders, because some people who are not familiar in this field, they need to know how to meet, for example, disabled people, and it has been very popular in that sense. We also, of course, have how to make lectures accessible, and then these kind of more newer things, for example, like accessibility in augmented reality and virtual reality. In addition to AI, I truly believe that a couple of other key technologies, which are virtual reality and extended reality and social robotics, for example, they can make a lot for accessibility. But on the other hand, if we think of virtual reality environments at the moment, are they accessible? Are they making more diversity among the users than they are supporting accessibility? I think that we had to fight against the misuse and bad use of virtual reality and instead try to turn it to promote accessible means. Anyway, these are the courses we have. Then we have also created different courses which are for continuous learning, basically for everybody in the area. And that's what we have, we also do a lot of research. I'm not going into these research topics, but these are the things that our people are doing for their PhD thesis and other research activities. You can see that there are a lot of things. My own group is heavily focusing on mobility services at the moment. Here are some of our researchers. You can see that the topics are quite diverse as well. But I think that's from our viewpoint. Please check our MOOC courses. They are really available, those couple of courses. Yeah. Yeah, please come.
Thank you, Markku. Yes.
I forgot to say
No.
about this. Yeah, you are going to say it.
Yeah, I wanted to discuss about it.
Okay,
and
yep.
Yeah, because we have started a cooperation now with Tampere University, and we have an Erasmus project, Open Minds, where we develop radical inclusion. And we have partners from Albania, Croatia, Portugal, Sweden, and then we from Finland, ACCAC. And in this project, when we are developing radical inclusion, it also starts from the thinking that everyone needs to be included from the beginning, in the design phase, and like in planning already. And on that way we can really get something which is good. Not something that is labeled or made better afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the idea. And with Tampere University, we now started, and we will have in August for the... Okay, I will first tell what happens. We will have 1 week labs between 5 universities from Albania, Croatia, Portugal, Sweden, and Finland. And 50 students we will have working on new innovations and changing also the idea in a diverse groups, diverse students, not only from the university, but we will also invite students and persons with disabilities to our labs. And during that 1 week, we will innovate, we will think about a different way, we will start to really to change our attitudes to something that what it means when something comes, the idea comes from the bottom. Yeah. And we are just launching our open call for everyone in the university, and then of course through our networks also we will like open the call for everyone.
I'm really looking forward for that, and one thing and one reason is that what we have seen already in this accessibility education. I have been teaching university students for too many years, for decades, and when we first launched the very first summer school version of this Fundamentals of Accessibility course, I was amazed by the enthusiasm of these people. Like I said, people who take accessibility education, work with the accessibility things, they are usually really, really committed to the thing. And for example, the discussion activity was overwhelming. I have never ever in my life seen anything like that, so that's why I'm expecting a lot from this kind of event.
And we had a week now, we met in Albania with our partners, and in this Open Minds project we have developed like cards for changing the attitude. So we have 3 different cards. We have first we develop a person, and then we develop like our own character who lives in this world. And then we open the next card, and this person has some characteristics. And then we will develop the person more, because if, for example, our person in the second card is visually impaired, and what is her or his or they passions and what the person likes and so on. So how does that affect to our person's life? So we like create our own really loved character. And then we open the third card, and there is disabling environment, because we believe that it's the environment and also the attitudes and the working cultures that disables persons. It's not the person's character itself. And we tested these cards in Albania, in the university, which will be our partner. And what we also saw there is the same thing, that how they jumped into this, you know, creating things. But that is not that's only the first phase, where we start to look at the world in a different aspect. And then in the next phase, we will start to develop research question and what kind of issues there might be. And then in the third one, how to solve the problem. Yeah, like to make the world better.
That sounds really excellent. I can add that one of the most promising technical tools that we have been used so far is virtual reality simulation. We can simulate, for example, how it feels like to be in shoes of, for example, in a certain way, disabled person. And that has opened a lot for our stakeholders. They see, realize, okay, this is how it looks like. Maybe we can use both of these like techniques during the
session, during the labs.
Yes,
I'm sure that would be very nice for everyone. Yeah. So thank you, Markku.
Thank you for
I'm so happy
inviting
that
me.
you came here, because I am also so proud that our university in Tampere is the best.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
On these issues, this moment, like taking it really like from your heart. Yeah.
Thank you.
Kiitoksia.
Kiitoksia sulle.
Moi.
Yes, we are so proud of Tampere University TACCU unit. Thank you, Markku Turunen. And dear friends, next we will meet Alessia. Alice Project and Beyond. In 2020, when we were midst lockdowns and lack of human connections, this project was born. When everything in Alessia's life came a halt, she decided music will play on. And this presentation will highlight the main elements of a co-created short film featuring Chkolnik's first concerto. But the story doesn't end here. And all this, what we will see now, is also highly sponsored by the Art Council of Malta. So I warmly welcome here Alessia Bonici, her mother Cynthia, and Rosetta. Stage is yours.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to this seminar. My name is Asia Bonici, and I am the idea inspiration behind ALA's project. This project provided me with amazing opportunity because it allowed me to share my passion for music with many people. I am 17 years old, putting music on the autism spectrum. In my case, this means that I am not very comfortable using my words. I am really good at reading, but I find it difficult to make my own sentences. In fact, my mother helped me to write this introduction. Piano is my first instrument, but I also enjoy very much playing the violin and viola. My days are filled with music. I wake up listening to my favorite music. I practice or study music during the day, and I always look forward to hearing music again before I go to sleep. Music makes me happy. It makes me smile. Music gives me energy. It nourishes my mind. Music is my loyal companion. It helps me escape. Music is magical. It helps me connect. Music is everywhere. It is my world. Music is wonderful. It makes me love and accept it. Thank you, everyone, for being here today.
Thank you very much. So, Alessia, you can sit with us here, look. Come have a seat here. Because the project would never have been possible without you. Okay, so that was Alessia, our main protagonist of the Alice project. I am Cynthia, her mother. My background is psychology, but I also specialize in disability studies. And here with us, there's Rosetta as well, who is Alice Project Artistic Director, while I produced the project with the help of all the artists that were involved. And today we wanted to present this unique project that we developed because of a missed opportunity. So in 2020, just like other artists have mentioned before, COVID hit, and so many opportunities that were there lined up were lost. And one of this was Alessia's contribution in Malta with the Malta Philharmonic Orchestra, which she had worked so very hard for, and which she had prepared for. And Rosetta and I, Rosetta being Alessia's main mentor, felt really that we really needed to do something to provide a new opportunity for Alessia and honor the work that she has been doing for all the years. So Rosetta, being the creative that she is, was dreaming in the middle of the night and came up with this wonderful idea of turning one of the pieces that she was practicing, and a very unique concert, which is written by a Russian composer who is still alive, and we met, and he was directly involved also in the project. We turned this into a music video. What we wanted to do is we wanted to share Alessia's story in a narrative way. I always like to look up to Goodley, who is this professor from Sheffield. He always says that the most powerful thing we can do around disability is to have conversations, respectful conversations about the subject. Why? Because I, as a mother myself, when I had Alessia and I got to know that Alessia had this disability, I had to learn from scratch. I didn't know anything about the subject, and I am very, very grateful for Alessia to propel me into this world and teach me so many important things in life, so many important things that have shaped me into becoming a different person. So Alessia, thank you. Thank you, not only, and I'm sure that I'm not speaking only of myself, but of all the people that you have connected with over the years. And some of this we will be seeing now are the artists that have been chosen to work with Alessia and, and get the result that you will be seeing very soon. Also, it's important that, when we go through these points, because I find that they are very powerful. Jerome Bruner suggested that people are able to process complex information much more easily when they are in a narrative form. And media gives us this opportunity, media and the art, of course, to give this narrative in a way that is consumable to the person, in a way that is more understandable. And these non-traditional narratives, which obviously Alessia carries, just like so many others here that have presented their work in the past couple of days, is a non-traditional narrative. And the experience of most people with disabilities, it's more important to make these stories known so that we offer multiple perspectives. And some people are so much closed in their box, that they are not able to think in a different way. And by bringing Alessia here, Kirsty, we thank you very much for inviting us, we can put Alessia's narrative forward, and in a hope that, other people that might be going through the challenges like Alessia will relate to it and find inspiration from it as well. And as our friend from Kazakhstan this morning was saying, dismissing these ableist assumptions, it's so, important for us to keep on talking about this and putting ourselves forward. I feel that, I try to be a little bit of a voice for Alessia because she can't speak for herself, but she can actually act for herself, and she will show us tomorrow in her concert, which I'll invite you to be here for tomorrow. What time is your concert, Alessia, tomorrow? At 14 o'clock, at 2 in the afternoon. Okay, so we just wanted you to, get a little bit more information about the process that we engaged in the making of this project. With the help of Rosetta, who is very sensitive to Alessia's needs and knows Alessia very well, and is connected in the arts world in Malta, we selected some people, some really special people that we knew would be open to the experience of understanding the way Alessia lives, the way Alessia thinks, the way Alessia acts and behaves. So we had about, I believe, 11 different artists coming from different sectors: dancers, choreographers, composer, dancers, costume designers, light designers, interior designers. All these people have been introduced to Alessia for the very first time, and through their connection with Alessia, guided her, mentored her into creating this beautiful project, which was all from beginning to end inspired by what Alessia wanted, how Alessia felt her music, and what she wanted to project out into the world. What was very amazing about this project is the way Alessia reacted to what we were offering her. We tried to find ways of engaging Alessia in a different way, because of course language is not something she naturally is drawn to. So we gave her a camera and we gave her more independence. I tried to stay a little bit back as a mother and not overprotect, letting her go into the streets with a camera and showing us what are the things that excite her, what are the things that she likes. And she was going out in the streets where we live and coming back with these beautiful pictures of things that, captured her attention. And from this, we developed concepts, we developed ideas, we developed logos, which were really beautiful. You'll see them at the end of the presentation. And you will see that even the colors that we chose, the fabric that we chose, everything Alessia did herself with the help of all these artists. Here you see that we also had sessions with different colors so that this would inform the color schemes that would be also chosen for the projections and the environment that will be shown during Ale's project. I find them very mesmerizing. I love this. But also, I wanted to speak a little bit about the people that were involved in the project. So apart from Alessia being the main performer, we also had 6 of her friends, which Alessia chose herself. These friends were somehow connected to her through school, through family, through other activities that Alessia is involved in. And we wanted to really show how important these connections are for Alessia and for people like her who might not be able to connect in a ordinary way. But Alessia, how do you connect? Tell us. You connect by looking, by smiling, by being with. We connect by saying funny things to each other on a day-to-day basis, yes? Sometimes by repeating. This is how we connect together, and we wanted, people that understand this connection to be involved in this project. And, the atmosphere in the rehearsal room was always so highly charged. The presence was always there, accepting, and we're talking constantly of a safe space. And I think, Ros, that those 3 days of rehearsals, which were very intensive, were all about creating a space where expression could be done in freedom, with a sense of freedom. This musical video has a powerful narrative, and I hope that you will be able to feel it now when we're watching it. It's a 12-minute concerto where Alessia is seen playing and performing with her friends. It allows us to get immersed in Alessia's world and the joys she draws from her relationship with music, which is so strong. Alessia started playing when she was 8, and I remember Rosetta and I always saying, when will she stop? When will she stop growing? But she kept on, surprising us and, allowing us and forcing us almost to continue giving her and pushing her. And this is where she is today. The wonderful connection with these friends that speak about possibilities and the importance of feeling connected. So really, this is something that I always try to advocate for, not to be afraid to, to make contact, not to be afraid to see someone who is slightly different from you, but so special in their own way. A music video that bears witness to the amazing energy that is felt within a space when Alessia is fully present while performing. And this comes through always so strongly, because Alessia really locks into her music. She's lost in music. And you lose us too, Alessia, because we really love it when you play. Okay, so enough talking from my end. What I don't want to forget is our supporters who have been such an important part of the project. We had many organizations, Malta School of Music, Villa Bianca, whose Rosetta will be saying a little bit more about today, and the Malta Trust Foundation, Teatro Salesian, the Arts Council of Malta, who have practically funded most of the project, Melita Foundation, the Janata Stubbs Foundation, Sherry's Estates, who provided the plantation for all the plants that you will see in the video, and AX Foundation. Thank you very much. You like it? Yeah. Very good. I'm glad you like it. So that was Alice's project. And now Rosetta will be telling us a little bit more about another important project.
Okay, so it was actually so lovely to do this with Alessia because what COVID did, as Cynthia said, was stopped us supporting her. And then it wasn't a dream. And I thought, I know how much that music meant to Alessia in her movements, in her smiles, in what we communicated in our lessons together. And it was so lovely that, in a way, we built on her vocabulary of movements, of color, to externalize what she was feeling inside. So it was just wanting to see if there's a way for Alessia to share her love of this piece of music beyond just playing the piano, but showing her response to it. Now, we're going to just watch a little video about Alessia when she was younger, just to see where it all started. You have to wait. Look at you. Okay, so there we see over the years, and obviously, you know, I, as a musician, really believe in the power of the arts. But I think more importantly, when Alessia was younger, it was very much Alessia, myself, and her family. Can I just say, Malta is a tiny island. It's 17 miles by 9, in the middle of the Mediterranean. I can say it's a small country, and sometimes in the past, even 20, 30 years ago, if there were people with disabilities, they would be not leaving the house, not being able to go many places. Things are getting better and better, but I just need to put you in a context. A lot is changing, and it's changed in the last 10, 15 years, but the context is one where difference is not celebrated, but scared of. You know, there's a fear around certain differences. So in a way, even the fact that Alessia found a teacher, yes, I am a trained music therapist, but I also always wanted to teach creatively. So for me, it makes no difference at all if I teach an 8-year-old man or a 5-year-old girl or someone, you know, with different abilities to mine. I love teaching creatively. So when we started working, it was very much between us, family, the support of Alessia's family, myself and Alessia, and just realizing we're speaking a similar language here. So it gave us a common way of being. But quite quickly, I started realizing that Alessia's world was actually able to start expanding, you know, with new musical relationships and increasing musical connections. So beyond the music, of course, it's wonderful that Alessia is talented at the piano, can play as a performer, but more importantly, is the access to the arts that can open people's experiences and ways to connect with people. I think it really empowered her, and it can empower so many people in society. So that's the most important, how it started to transform Alessia's life. And in a way, over the COVID period, I started feeling like actually my job is done, because at that point, I could start seeing Alessia's world opening up because of her music, open to new people that became so meaningful to her. So over the last 3-4 years, more and more practitioners, more and more people in the arts were really starting to become an important part of Alessia's life. I think that's really important. Letting go, once Alessia was really seeking new people to relate with, so that her world became bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, she has a piano teacher now, which is not me. It was time to move to so many other relationships through the arts. But it doesn't stop here. And this is what really happened, actually, when I heard you speak this morning and sing this morning. The power of one person, you know, the power of being an advocate for others as well. And I think that's where, you know, I'm really proud for Alessia, because not only is her life, yes?
She would like to ask something a bit later.
Okay.
She would like to know in which month Alessia was born.
Alessia, will you tell her when you were born? Which day, which month is your birthday?
Which month is your birthday? It's on the 7th of July, 2005.
7th of July, 2005.
Okay, July. So, like we're saying, something much bigger happened because of her advocacy. It became the catalyst for something bigger. It is thanks to Alessia that today Malta has its first center for music and the arts, specifically supporting children and young people with disabilities. And you know, I said Malta was a country where maybe people were really not part of society enough. It is also this word disabilities, looking at maybe from the more medical model, and the schooling system is quite rigid. So looking at everything that you can't do. You can't do this, you can't do that, you're not good at that. Whereas I think in the last few years, the country is ready to really look at abilities, the abilities in all of us, and less the disability, not negating, but really making sure we are seeing people. Okay. So this is the former president of Malta, who got in touch, and Alessia was our introduction. who wanted to set up this center. It's fantastic that we have the former president of the country talking about the arts and disabilities. I mean, the fact that, you know, it's like a dream come true. I have worked in this field for 30 years, you know, quietly doing my own job. But when it is someone who is so prominent in Malta, you put the telly on and she's talking about access to the arts. It's amazing that we have someone so strong as a person in Malta talking about accessibility. Every time she opens her mouth, it's about accessibility to the arts. So it's wonderful. She's doing my job now. So this introduction happened thanks to Alessia. Now, this is Villa Bianca on the first days, only November 2021, again in difficult COVID times, but we started setting up this new center, and can I tell you, it is free for all. She actually does all the fundraising to support it so that no children and young people or their families need to pay. Till this day, they do not pay, which is, I think, amazing. Okay? So it's a huge community of children and young people who come to Villa Bianca. We meet over 135 children and young people every week from the age of 5 to 35. And everyone comes, walks through the door with their own musical self. Some like to perform and have the ability to get up on stage and enjoy it. Some use music in really different ways, in improvisation, really expressing themselves. Some even where there's physical disability, but really motivating them to be in the music making. So every single individual here, perhaps all of them have some form of disability, but each and every person has a story to tell. Each and every person has his own story to tell. We have wonderful instruments that we use. These are the rooms. Each room is a planet. We have Saturn, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. But we're already too small. This is one issue we have. This is the team who support the work. So there's Cynthia, who helps with family issues, maybe families who need more support. And then 3 music therapists who moved from the UK. And then 2 practitioners who, because I was the only music therapist in Malta, now we have an MA program with a Bristol University already. So these 2 practitioners are training. And then we have a violinist who comes for a few hours, and the head of services here, and our outreach person. Everyone though on this team, we're all musicians, which is really lovely. No, but I consider you one as well, which is just an added bonus that we really have learned to speak the same language as well. Yes? So right now, like I said, we meet more than 135 children. They could be people with autism, like Alessia. It could be cerebral palsy, Downs, blindness, many, many different situations. But we really are finding that just having this space for music making is incredibly powerful for them. But already we have more than 200 people waiting. So we have one-to-one music therapy, one-to-one adapted music learning, where we see that a child or young person is really wanting to learn an instrument. Group work, a lot of music groups. We have a band with pop songs and that repertoire. We have a choir, VB Voices, even for people who vocalize, not specific words, but you should see their participation. It feels so good to be in this VB Voices. VB Artbeat, we just started a pilot on using visual arts, and we're about to start Body Beat, which will be dance therapy in group. Our commitment is to be available to children and young people between the ages of 5 and 35 with these abilities, but those also with very high needs. Therefore, our services need to be versatile and adaptable so that everyone has a really important value in what they're doing. Always believing in the power of music and its ability to encourage. To encourage, next, thank you, communication, more interaction, creativity, a sense of empowerment, motivation, even physical, self-expression, sociability, learning on so many levels. Now, over here, we just wanted to share a video. I think it's coming soon.
Edim, per eżempju, t-tifel tiegħi jattendi ħafna terapiji u sessions u affarijiet bħal dawn. Però something like this, it was then evident that it is one of the things that he really needed.
Hija session, imma mhijiex session bħal kwalunkwe session oħra li ilu għaddej bihom minn kellu 5 xhur. Hija session fejn jiġi u jieħu pjaċir, jesprimi ruħu barra mill-istrumenti l-iktar istrument sabiħ li għandu hija teacher tiegħu, Miss Jess. Fej toqgħod iddoqlu, eżempju jkollna sessions fej jiġi u joqgħod jaraħħa d-doq. U ma' żmien session wara session id-doq u jibda jipparteċipa magħha.
Irnexxiela textraktja anke ċertu livell ta' talent. I mean, we're still in the infancy of the journey. Tisma' l-ġest għajlek isma' jiena rnexxieli nagħmel nota pereżempju bil-kitarra u jirreplika bil-widna fuq il-pjano. Qed ittieħ ċertu struttura u ċertu knowledge ġdid li he doesn't need to talk to do it.
Sabi jekk qed jidher li qed jiżviluppa fid-daqqa tiegħu meta jkun qiegħed id-dar. Naħseb anke qisu jipprova jkanta xi kultant magħha jagħmel dak il-ħsejjes vokali. U f'dawn ix-xhur mhix impressjoni tiegħi biss imma ġifieri l-familja tiegħi li jkunu għandi b'mod regolari u nisimgħu il-sebi jdoqq u jagħmel u ħbieb tiegħi u hekk. Ġifieri qaluli kemm sebi qed jagħmel iktar sens issa fil-mużika li qed tidoqq.
For me, I mean, I've seen what a difference music can make in my life and in other people's lives, and I really strongly believe that this should be available and accessible to everyone. And I think Villa Bianca has made a big step in moving forward with that and really making music accessible, you know, to be used in many different ways.
We can never be more grateful enough than for this place, because what it has done for Melania, it's tremendous. Like, she really opened up and explored everything, and it's not like she can just do one thing or she's limited. You give her all the possibilities.
For her, this is her second home, but she wants to live here. She loves it so much. Find ourselves saying, wow, you know, every single day.
It assists her. It is an aid for her to be able to express herself better. The place and the staff and the whole program gives her the opportunity for a limited period of time to at least be herself at this stage, and we've seen great progress. The sky's the limit.
When we're in that space, we can also explore our inner selves and our musical selves.
We can express them using the instruments in a way that doesn't perhaps sound like music, but it is just a way of releasing these feelings if language is not so available. And we can use songs and write songs that really express what these young people want to say. There is always the opportunity as well to learn something more concretely. So for example, I can write letter notes down on a whiteboard, and some of the young people that come here will just play those tunes.
The short answer is Villa Bianca is filling a huge gap that we didn't even know that it was there. ċaġa bħal din jittina hope, għaliex apparti li kompli t-struttura il-moħ tat-tifel, pero who knows, might be, it can be some source of income meta jikber.
Waqt li qed tagħmilha l-music, waqt li qed taqbad instrument u taqbad toħroġ ritmu jew melodija minn xi ħaġa, dak il-warriors li għandek għaddejn ġo rasek tinsihom. U tfal jgħudu ħafna, speċjalment tfal b'diżabilità.
Naħseb li Malta qed tigwadanja xi ħaġa vera speċjali. ċentru li juża l-mużika ma' min jaħdem, jiġri jekk huwa tifel li hemm diffikultajiet ta' kliem, jista' jkun adult li għandu problemi juża ċerti parti ta' idejh. Li kull storja, kull persuna li tal Villa Bianca Lan tagħna huwa li nużaw u naraw kif il-mużika tista' ssir parti integrali mill-ħajja ta' dik il-persuna. Daw ix-xhur diġà tajna ma' iktar minn 100 tifel u tifla jew żagħżugħ. U fil-fatt hemm waiting list li hija twila ħafna. U qalbi dejjem inħossa li nara application dieħla u għadna ma lħaqniex li naħdmu ma' kulħadd. Imma naħseb li pass kbir dis-sena u jalla niqpaw ovvjament inkabbru s-servizz. So I think we come to Tampere really enjoying listening to and meeting people and seeing what happens here. And we wanted to share on this island of Malta the big steps, thanks to Alessia actually, but the big steps that are being taken. And I wrote just a couple of notes while I was listening this morning, but in a way I think I'm really pleased with all our efforts in changing society, moving society. We all, each and every one, we play a part every day in how we help human connection without the boundaries and the walls that we have sometimes between us. In Malta, for Malta, it was about an idea about fixing things and correcting, the school going, no, that's not good behavior, and, very rigid, and maybe the fixing was very strong. But I think now we're learning to see and to know and to get to really include every one of us has something so important to contribute. And I think it's that appreciation that we are part of the future generation that really will allow all of us to contribute together. So I think we'll stop there actually, but I was wondering whether there's any questions from your side to Malta. Thank you.
I can take another.
Okay.
Thank you, Alessia, and thank you really for being here with us in Finland in Access Tampere Festival. And great thanks for the Malta Arts Council for giving us the opportunity to hear about what kind of a big change is happening in Malta. And I really wanted to visit there as soon as possible.
I hope you will.
Yes.
You're welcome to.
Do you want to have questions? Noni? She wants to ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Kaunis nainen Keijukainen. Kiitän sinua tästä tapahtumasta.
You are so beautiful, Alessia. And I don't know what is Keijukainen in English, but I want to thank you.
Alessia.
Yeah.
Listen. You are being given a compliment by the lady. She said you look very beautiful and
I'm very thankful to you. Halataanko?
Ihanat, kiitos. Oliko sulla, Mari, joku kysymys?
Oli äsken.
Hmm.
Kaunis nainen kuin Keijukainen.
She's so beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. Alessia, she's saying you're very beautiful. You say?
Okay.
Thank you. Do you want to
Thank
take a picture together? Huh? You want to take a picture together so we can send it to the
Mari, let's take a picture, Mari, sinutta ja
Otetaan
Alessiasta.
valokuva yhdessä, joo.
And then we can send it to you, yes? There you go.
Mä voin mennä. Just a second.
Thank you so much for your amazing presentation, and it was very clear all the explanation, all the thoughts that, and the work that you have done. It's insane. I have few questions. The first one is just like, being in this industry and knowing how it's difficult to, to go through all these different organizations, especially governmental organization. I can imagine how long, how the process of all this, like a building of all the organization that you have done, it was apparently very difficult, and but it's just like I'm curious, what was the most difficult challenge for you to build this kind of an organization, and how long it took to have support on the government level?
Do you mean for Ale's project, the film, or do you mean for Villa Bianca?
I'm talking about school,
The Villa Bianca
Yes,
Center?
yes.
Well, like I said, in fact, the title of today's talk is Serendipity. I mean, the providence, the timing of everything. For 30 years, I've been going to governments and I've been trying to do this project here and this project to give more access. But yes, there was a big, fortunate moment where Alessia was the connection between this woman, the former president of Malta, and myself, because she's not a musician, but she really has a very big heart, this woman. She's worked with so many families who somewhere here she heard, I wish my daughter would learn or be dancing, but no one wants to teach her. And another family saying, I tried to take her to an art school, but she did 2 months, then she stopped going. Yeah. So in a way, yes, it was a lot of providence that in a way we met. So she is looking after the funding, and the first big funder was actually an Italian man who really believed in access to the arts. So I think that started off. Then she very much works with business communities in Malta and overseas to get the companies to really support the running of this center. I have to say I am learning a lot. As artists, perhaps we tend to be a bit insecure on how to talk about the work we do. Yeah. And I think we've really been learning as a team. And this is the beauty when, like we said, the collective earlier today, when you work in a team, it is such a big resource because you help each other in finding the right words, then finding the language to talk about the importance of what you do in the arts. You know, really finding words that perhaps other people from other sectors will understand more than in my artistic way trying to explain something, but it's building the language that can be more understood. So today, if, for example, my boss, this woman says there could be a sponsor, immediately I say, do you think he can come over? Can we meet him? Can he speak to some of the children who come here? You know, really making sure, like we said, the conversations are really happening, because it's practicing that, learning how to communicate in a way that we are understood and seen for our mission. So I think we're learning a lot in being a group. There are difficulties and we have to really make sure that we keep working at it, but I'm very confident that for a small island we're making some big moves. The Arts Council, I have to say, it's like 10 years ago, it would be something so unlikely that there would be a project to support someone who happens to have some form of disability. It wouldn't even have been thought of, I can apply to the Arts Council, or the Arts Council, that's a different application. Even 10 years ago, it wouldn't have happened. But I think, like all of us, we are all advocates together. So in a way, Ale's project, I think, paved the way to more interest, to more support. So the Arts Council definitely are looking out now for offering more opportunity It's making a move here, a move there, a move there, and society moves.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I don't know what to say. We can say that art really can make a change, but we can also say that Alessia can make a change. And still, we all need each other, like Alessia's mother said, that I needed her. And as Rosetta told about the triangle, we all need each other. And about the communication, I think personally that only way to be connected and to communicate with other people is willness. We have to want to communicate and meet different kind of people. If there is no willness, there is no connection, no communication. And I was in Korea for 2 months and I didn't know the language. And I met many people, we didn't have any language, but still we communicated because we wanted to meet each others. Okay, next we will see video of Radio Silence. It's about the project I is the other. This video project will connect and shows people all around Europe. In each borough you are shown around different citizens. Yes. They will take you into their stories and share through their joys, sorrows, fears, safe places, and visions about the other. Sorry? Okay, we don't see this video, but anyway, I will tell you what it might be about. And really, we can ask, who is the other for you? This question will be asked to all of you. And this Radio Silence, ACC Belgium, they will organize 2026 the European Championships of the Other. You will be informed this later, surely. But if you want to participate, do you think your village or city has a good chance of winning? So let's participate. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we will see almost Eurovision Song Contest star, Angel Dell. She's a cosmopolitan. She's a shining star. This operatic drama queen, she has tried twice to get into Eurovision Song Contest. Not very success. We will say with very little success. But okay, winning Eurovision Song Contest would be a balm for her salty wounds. And next October she will also participate Korean festival with AC Finland team. So, ladies and gentlemen, door is open and she is here. Do we get some Angel Dell?
ladies and gentlemen, or should I say good afternoon? You may leave it there, thank you, darling. So my name is Angel Dell, as you were informed, and I'm gonna sing you songs which are Eurovision Song Contest songs, because we all know that what unites better people in Europe than Eurovision Song Contest. The next song is my own song. I have written it myself and I competed with it in San Marino this year. And it's called Hard to Be an Angel. Maestro. I couldn't sleep at all last night. In the past, I indeed was so light, used to bend like a weeping willow. You know, I'm sensible. God knows I really tried to be humble. But then again and again and again, I fall and I tumble. It's hard to be an angel in this world so mean and evil. It's hard to be an angel when you're fooled by the devil. You told me a vicious rumor, but I knew it was only your humor. And now I only wanna know, was it you, was it you, was it you who put the pig under the pillow? It's hard to be an angel in this world so mean and evil. It's hard to be an angel when you're fooled by the devil. Please stop this hustle. This isn't my space. This isn't my castle. But now I have seen all through. It's hard to be an angel in this world so mean and evil. It's hard to be an angel when you're fooled by the devil. The devil, it's hard. Thank you, dear audience. Thank you so very much. Also, World Wide Web, hello there. Yes, I am actually planning, I'm already trying to make, or not trying, but I'm composing a new song with my friend. I already have the text, and it's in French. But I'm not going to sing it today because you can't publish the songs beforehand. Now we'll sing a song. Bye-bye. 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 So the next song did win a couple of years ago. It's a very romantic song. And I just decided that even though I don't speak Portuguese, I just need to learn this song. So next song, Maestro, is Amar pelos dois. Maestro, maestro, maestro. Si un día alguien perguntar por mí, dir que viví para te amar. Antes de ti yo existí, cansado y sin nada para dar. Meu bem, uvas minhas brechas, peço que regresses, que me voltes a querer. Eu sei que não amas sozinho, talvez devagarinho possa voltar a aprender. Meu bem, uvas minhas pressas, peço que regresses, que me voltes a querer. Eu sei que nós amas sozinho, talvez devagarinho possa voltar a aprender. Se o teu coração não quiser ceder, não sentir paixão, não quiser sofrer, sem fazer planos do que virá depois. O meu coração pode amar pelos dois. Molto grazie. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yes. The next song is also a winner. It was far, 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 far away. I don't know who remembers this one, but this one is in German, because Germany hasn't won many times, but they did. I think it was 84, I can't remember the year, but this one, and for us who are making the world a better place with art, this is also a song for peace and love. Ein bisschen Frieden. Maestro. Wie eine Blume am Winterbeginn und so wie ein Feuer in eisigen Wind, wie eine Puppe, der keine mehr mag, fühl ich mich an manchen Tag. Dann seh ich die Wolken, die über uns sind und höre die Schreie der Vögel im Wind. Ich singe aus Angst vor dem Dunkel mein Lied und hoffe, dass Frieden
weiß, meine Lieder, die ändern nicht viel. Ich bin nur ein Mädchen, das sagt, was es fühlt. Allein bin ich hilflos, ein Vogel im Wind. Der stürmt, dass der Sturm beginnt. Ein bisschen Frieden, ein bisschen Sonne für diese Erde, auf der wir wohnen. Ein bisschen Frieden, ein bisschen Freude, ein bisschen Wärme, das wünsche ich mir. Ein bisschen Frieden, ein bisschen Träume und dass die Menschen nicht so oft weinen. Ein bisschen Frieden, ein bisschen Liebe, dass ich die Hoffnung nicht mehr verliere. Sing mit mir ein kleines Lied, dass die Welt im Frieden lebt. Sing mit mir ein kleines Lied, dass die Welt im Frieden lebt.
Thank you, thank you. You've been such a lovely, lovely audience. I hope I wish you everyone peace and love. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Angel Dell. I wish you a success tour in Korea. You know, I've been there several times, and I'm sure that you will love it, and Korean people will love you almost as much as they love me.
Okay, I will
Thank
try
you.
to conquer their hearts. Bye.
Please do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen here in Laiku and everyone there on the stream. Tomorrow afternoon we will continue at 14 o'clock. I mean 2 p.m. Eastern European time. We will have a classical music concert at 2 p.m. Eastern Europe time. We will hear concert of 17 years old Maltese pianist Alicia Bonici. And after her, we will have some guests from Korea, and the Miracle Ensemble will take the stage. But still, today, our day is not finished yet. Tonight, we will continue in G Live Lab with Colombian artist Felipe Duarte Sonido, Sur-South American musical storytelling by the still alive South American communities, and this music we all want to hear. And there is also Niklas Sillanpää and Kasperi Kuoksa. They will play as a duo. And tonight we can also hear Korean Miracle Ensemble. And still, it's not all yet here. She was here just a minute ago. And she will be in G Live Lab also tonight. And tickets you will get from G Live Lab website or from the door. And please don't forget to take part to our survey. Help us to develop these events. See you tomorrow at 14 o'clock at 2 p.m. Eastern Europe time here in Laiku Music Hall. Bye-bye.